What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again. And Everton have lost 5-0. Last game of the season, which fundamentally means we finished 10th. A game where Everton were never really in it. We had a penalty, which was saved. It was a poor penalty from Sigurdsson, but to be honest, there was absolutely no way that Sergio Aguero wasn't going to walk on that pitch and absolutely steal the show. And he did. So we were poor. There's a lot of work to be done. Carlo Ancelotti isn't exempt from criticism, in my opinion. Although I don't want him sacked. So please don't start, overcooking it in that sense at me, because I don't want him sacked. But he certainly only gets maybe another season, because there has to be improvement. And the style of football we've played, the mentality that we've had, has been horrendous. And I really want to go back to the start of the season and really pinpoint why I don't understand what's happened. Everton played aggressive, quick, free-flowing football. We scored 40% of our goals in the first 10 games of this season. And yet, we finished 10th, below Leeds, who fully deserve the credit, Arsenal, who have been horrendous all season, Spurs, who have been shocking all season, West Ham, who deserve their place in Europe. But for me to say all those things about Spurs and Arsenal, then what have I got to say about Everton? We've been a disgrace. And the games at home, the Villa defeat, Fulham, Burnley, Sheffield United, Leeds, they're a disgrace. Newcastle, draws with Crystal Palace, Tottenham. It's a disgrace. And it's cost us this season, big style. And what I don't understand is why Carlo believes that playing this negative, mundane, boring football is helping us get results. Yet at the start of the season, in my humble opinion, we were the best team in the country after the first 4 or 5 games this season. We were fantastic. And I don't understand why all of that had to change. I'm devastated by this season, and it's. I described it in a watch along today. It's been a season of literally blowing up a balloon. After 4 games, the balloon was massive. It was massive. We got a draw against Liverpool, which put us on 13 points after 5 games. And it was almost like we went to Southampton away and we just let go of the balloon. And the whole remaining 33 games of the season have just been us blowing around in the wind, occasionally going higher, occasionally getting lower. And today, we bounced back on the floor and hit rock fucking bottom. We were horrendous today. And it could have been more than 5. Jordan Pickford was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Tom Davies worked his absolute arse off all game. Ben Godfrey, phenomenal. But the rest of those players in the sort of squad away from the signings that we made last season are horrendous. Iwobi comes on, does nothing. Bernard, nothing. Sigurdsson, it's just not good enough. We need another striker in case Dominic Calvert-Lewin has a rough patch, which he has done since January. Richarlison, this has definitely been a poor season for Richarlison. Literally the list of players in our team, which in my opinion couldn't give a fuck about what Everton achieve, is a lot longer than the list of players who do give a fuck about Everton and what they achieve and the fans. Do I think Andre Gomez cares about Everton Football Club? No. Do I think Sigurdsson does? No. Do I think Mason Holgate does? No. Because perception is everything. And if you leave everything on that pitch, I'm going to be less critical of you than if you don't leave anything on the pitch and you still don't try. I mean, let's be honest. Nias, as a footballer, has got away with being a footballer simply because he tries to work hard. And it was appalling today. It was a disgrace. We were horrendous. And there's been loads of games, as I've listed, and we just weren't good enough. And today, the show is rightly all about Aguero, because Sergio Aguero, to come on, he's finished at Man City apparently. He comes on and he could have scored 4 goals. He could have scored 4 goals. Absolutely unbelievable. He is an exceptional player, and it shows the gulf. It shows how far Everton are off. Well, it just shows how far anyone is off Manchester City. No one is anywhere near that football team, not by any stretch of anyone's imagination. That Everton team on paper should finish higher, and they haven't, because those players, they'd live in past glories or past moments or big reputations that they used to have, and they're not good enough. They are not good enough. I genuinely think Everton could comfortably get rid of 15 players. Seriously. The entire team needs a rebuild. Jordan Pickford, as many times as he has been poor over the last 18 months, I can genuinely say I've never felt like he wasn't arsed. You know, Luca Dean, I can't say he's come off a pitch and I've thought, you don't look arsed. Ben Godfrey this season certainly hasn't. He puts everything into every minute of every game he plays. But I can't say that for some of the other players. I simply can't say it for the majority of the team. And that team, as a result, no bullshit, it's the attitude of them players which cost Everton this season. It's not being able to prepare at home. It's not being able to deal without fans, where other clubs have been slightly better. You know, it has been an absolute joke of a season at home, and that has cost us, in my opinion, a top 4 place this season. Everton have finished outside the top 4 by, I think it's 9 points. And if you look at the games Everton have lost, it is by far the worst of any team in the top 10. It is a disgrace. And it's sort of as simple as that. Everton's players have these names and this reputation of being proven players. And I was calling for proven players. I always used to use the line, if you want to finish in top 4, go and get top 4 proven players. But if you sign a top 4 proven player, they've already done it. They've already experienced it. Are they going to be as hungry to keep doing it? And I think Everton have proved to me that they're not. Gylfi Sigurdsson played for Spurs. Ended up going to Swansea and being their talisman for them. Come to Everton. It's never really been justifiable of his price tag. You know, Wayne Rooney had achieved everything. Comes to Everton. Did he? No. The list is endless over the last 5 years of recruitment. And they're a disgrace. They're a disgrace. You know, the list of players who are not good enough for Everton Football Club going forward is endless, and there's absolutely no way we can get them all off the book this season. There's literally no way, because we'd lose half of our squad. But that is exactly what needs to happen. Everton almost have to press a reset button. You know, Marcel Brands. Let's talk about Marcel for a second and his recruitment. This summer, he got it right. But was that because Carlo Ancelotti was involved? Because he certainly didn't get it right for Marco Silva when he let Garner go. And he never signed a centre-back when we lost Kurt Zouma. He certainly didn't help Silva. So, do Everton even need a director of football? Is that the right model? Because under Ken Wright and David Moyes for 10, 15 years, Everton were fine. Everton were plucky. They'd go and sign people who were hungry, who wanted to achieve something. Tim Cahill, he was at Millwall. He wanted to be better than Millwall. He wanted to play for Australia. Look what happened at Everton. He became a Premier League legend for Everton. Mikel Arteta had been at all sorts of clubs, never cut it at Barcelona, never played for Spain. Yet, at Everton, he became one of the best midfielders in the country. By no stretch of anyone's imagination. The list of players who went on to achieve something at Everton was endless. Phil Jagielka, Leighton Baines, Wigan and Sheffield United respectively become Premier League legends for Everton Football Club. They had something to prove. So what I'm saying, and this is a message to the board, Marcel Brands, Carlo Ancelotti, don't go and get me and our fantastic fan base, players like who have been there, who have seen it happen, because they're not going to have the drive and mentality that Everton need. We need young, hungry, ambitious, aggressive, good players who can go and deliver week in, week out. And we know you can find them because you went and found Ben Godfrey. We know you can find them. So please, I genuinely beg you, please go and find me 5 Ben Godfreys in the summer. Please. Young, hungry, fast, aggressive footballers with a sprinkling of experience. And I know it's going to cost you millions. And I know you're already £500 million ball deep into this fucking waste of money project so far. Because that Martinez team that he left when he was sacked was better than the Everton team we have now. And that team didn't cost Everton £500 million. Because that team consisted of young, hungry players. Ross Barkley, Romelu Lukaku, John Stones, Gerard Deulofeu, young, hungry players. Go and get me young, hungry players who aren't going to shithouse it as soon as the going gets tough. Go and get me players who are going to fucking play for that shirt until they're fucking dead on their knees, week in, week out. Because today, and the home games have been absolutely pathetic. And honest to God, and I mean this, honest to God, there will be absolutely no point of Everton Football Club moving into this fantastic new stadium if this is exactly where we're going to be. It is literally no point. All you are doing is wasting money at that point. No point. So what I'm saying and what I'm begging you to do is go and get me young players. Go and get me hungry players. Go and get me passionate players who want to succeed, who want to be the best. First thing Romelu Lukaku comes out and said when he signs for Everton, I want to put this team in Champions League. He had a drive. That's it. That's it from me. That's it from me, guys. I love you. Thanks for your support this season, and we'll go again next season. Peace.
And Everton take on Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on...
Who do you think you are?
I'll fucking jump through this phone, smash your fat head in.
Harry, is it? So I don't know what everyone else thinks, but
because this ain't Football Manager, mate. That's
love it, mate. That's what we thrive on.
Fall for you, and I fucking to go longer in this game. You know, people are having £57 million.
Oh, real?
Kind words, and listen,